Imagine this. You type example.com into your browser. You wait. Nothing loads. The culprit? Most likely, DNS failed. If DNS can't find the answer, every website just vanishes. Why does such a tiny process hold so much power? That's what we'll unpack right now.
Before the first image loads, your browser has to know the destination. But web names aren't real addresses. Computers use IPs, not names. So why does the lookup seem so complex? Why does your computer ask several different servers just to translate a single name? We'll discover the answer step by step. Let's place DNS in the big picture. DNS isn't part of the physical wiring or the browser code. It's a service between applications and the raw internet. Think of it as the phone book for the web, translating names to addresses before anything else can happen. Here's who takes part in every lookup: your computer, your local DNS resolver, usually from your ISP or network. Then, higher up, there are the root servers, the top-level domain servers, and finally the authoritative server. Each one plays a vital role in tracking down the answer.
Here's the problem. If nobody has the answer cached, not you, not your local resolver, we have to start the resolution the hard way. This is called a full recursive resolution. Let's watch what happens, step by step.
With no local answer, the resolver's first stop, a global root server. Root servers know where every top-level domain, like .com, .org, .net lives. Watch the request escape your network and head to the root. Next, the resolver asks a .com TLD server. The TLD knows which authoritative server holds the answer for each domain ending in .com. The TLD doesn't know every address, but it knows who will.
Finally, the local resolver asks the authoritative server for example.com. This server knows for sure the current IP address. Here it comes. The answer, straight from the source.
Resolver finally replies to your computer with the hard-won answer. Now, with the correct IP, your browser can start the real work of connecting to the website.
So, why ask so many servers? Simple. No one server knows everything. DNS splits the work. Each level knows just enough to guide the search. It's like hiking with signs at every fork, leading you one step closer, step by step to the answer. But here's the hidden trick. Usually someone along the chain, your browser, your OS, or your local resolver, remembers old answers with DNS caching. If the address is cached, the lookup is lightning fast. No journey needed until the cache expires.
Of course, DNS is only human, well, digital. If a server doesn't respond, the resolver tries different servers or times out. If no answer, the browser gives up, and you get that cryptic server not found error.
Let's quickly peek inside a DNS packet. Each query and reply carries information. The original question, flags to indicate the type and status, a unique ID to match replies, and the actual answer if there is one. Want to watch DNS in action? Use the dig command to see the step-by-step responses, or NS Lookup if that's what you have. These show you every hop your query takes. Try looking up a site you visit often, and watch what comes back.
Now, think of the alternative. Suppose DNS didn't exist. You'd need to remember hundreds of number strings, not website names. That's a nightmare for everyone. DNS makes the web usable for humans, not just machines.
DNS splits the work. You get simple names. The system finds the answer, step by step. No DNS means the web just doesn't work for people.